Just give it a minute, make sure everything's working here. Should be up and running. All right. Don't want to take too long jumping in here, but want to let people get in the stream. We'll start in probably about 30 seconds. How's everybody doing today? Hope all of you are doing well. We'll get started probably about now. Honestly, we don't need to wait too long to jump in. Let me get the game up. All right. So, welcome back, guys, to year 3 for the Baltimore Orioles. Didn't do too bad in year 2. Thought we would do much worse, but we won 70 games, which is a market improvement over what we did the year before. We're actually 6 games unlucky this year as well. So we should have won 76 games. But not that that really would have changed too much. We were hard sellers at the deadline, but going from 55 to 70 wins is a pretty good improvement. Ideally, we'll be able to keep going on that upswing as we move forward. If you weren't here for the end of last stream, the Cleveland Indians did sweep the San Diego Padres in the 2021 World Series. Jose Ramirez was your series MVP, and now we have decisions. I believe a lot of decisions. I haven't looked at any of this stuff, really. Yeah. So let's delete it all. And let's head into the offseason, shall we? Let's head into the 2021-2022 offseason. Pictures have been created. I got a score of 234. It's much better than the 1 I got last year. Review of goals, I don't care. Fan loyalty dropped, so that's unfortunate. Our budget went up, so that's solid. Our bench coach retired, so we'll need to get another one. Top prospects, we have Emerson Hancock still coming up. He's going to be ready relatively soon. He finished out in AA this year, 8 games, so he'll probably start there next year and then see where we go. But should be finishing that out. He should be good to go relatively soon. What's his name is not on the... Adley Rutschman is no longer on the top prospects list because he came up. He was doing super well to start the year, and it looks like he's fallen off, which really sucks. I might teach Chance Cisco how to play first base as well. That way we can make room for maybe another DH if we have to. But we did trade for Christian Walker halfway through the year, who came over and played meh. So, any other decisions? No, it doesn't look like we have any team options to deal with here. A lot of players on ARB, as expected. We did get Andahar, which I know, hopefully that ends up turning out. His hitting ratings are excellent, or at least we think they are, so ideally he'd be more of a DH type, but we have Jake Junis, who had a really bad year. He's 29. Came off of a pretty decent year in... Oh, that's in Norfolk. Pitched 15 games. He pitched well in AAA. Just couldn't pitch in the majors. Decent year in the majors the year before with Kansas City. We'll keep him around for 1.1. It's pretty much no money. He doesn't want to negotiate, so we'll just offer him the ARB. John Means is sticking around. He pitched well this past year. He kind of trailed off towards the end half of the season, but he pitched well. Definitely better than he did in 2020, so... he's a worthwhile keeper, I would think. All right, Richard Blyer was okay. Middle relief guy for us. Pitched 63 games, 70 innings, so that's, a decent workload for him. But, wasn't spectacular. Wasn't bad either. No stuff, but a ton of control. He's cheap. Again, he's a cheap option. I can always look to trade. or get rid of these guys if I need to. Castro, I'm probably not going to... I don't know. I guess Castro I could keep around. He's younger. Had a really good ERA this year, but a really bad WAR. So his FIP must have been really unfortunate. Because I believe it's Fangraphs WAR in this game. I mean, his FIP wasn't that bad. 519. Because his R WAR was 1.9, which is excellent. So I'm going to keep him around just because he had like an R WAR. Like he had a good year in terms of most metrics, just not the super advanced ones that Fangraphs likes to use. Well, let me check something really quick. All right, great. Just wanted to make sure we were all rocking and rolling up here. Paul Fry for nothing is fine. I mean, again, just a super cheap, decently okay bullpen piece. Papa Frida. Tanner Scott, we're definitely keeping around. He is one of our best bullpen pieces. Who else? Trevor Williams for 3.2 is an interesting one to bring up. He actually didn't pitch at all in the majors this past year. And so I don't really want to pay 3.2 for a guy that couldn't even make the major league roster. So no thank you. Austin Hedges I want to keep around, ideally. 4.2 is a lot of money, though. And he didn't even play well in AAA last year. He was awful in the majors. I'm going to keep him. Just because he's been in every series so far, and I feel like it's almost a curse if I get rid of him. 5.2 for Cisco. Knew we would have to pay him eventually. The guy's been off the chain as a bat the past couple of years, so don't mind offering him a little bit of money to stick around. 950 for Nunez is pretty much nothing. So that's fine. 850 for Christian Walker is nothing. These contracts aren't going to kill me. Alberto for 2.2. See, this is where it starts to get a little dicey. Do we want to keep Hans or Alberto for $2.2 million? He's put up about 1.5 WAR both of the past 2 years. He is a backup infielder, essentially. But I think we can get better. No, I'm going to keep him around. I always said that if I was debating on whether or not to keep actual players that are on the real life team, then I should keep them because we want each series to feel at least a little bit different. Blake is gone. I don't even care. Andujar is definitely staying. 2.4 is a very good deal. So that's solid. Got an airplane flying over. Hope that isn't too unbelievably loud for you guys. We don't usually have airplanes be that loud over us, so sorry about that. 1.6 for Munoz is a deal. He doesn't care, though. And then 950 for Santander. He destroyed AAA. But he was so bad in the majors last year and the year before. I mean, he wasn't awful the year before. And he is still only 27. And it's pretty much no money. So we'll keep him around for now. But obviously we'll upgrade if we need to. As for free agents, Alex Cobb's a free agent. Definitely not bringing him back. He doesn't even want to come back. Good for you. And Drew Smiley, I wouldn't hate to bring back on nothing, but he doesn't. Oh, he's on waivers? I don't know what happened here. Oh, I waived him. I waived him because it was the playoffs, and I just wanted to get through it. I do want to bring back Alex Claudio, though. Traded for him at the deadline and saw that he really didn't want that much money. Throw a team option on the end there. Let's just get that down to maybe 3.5. $3 years, $10 million for Alex Claudio is not a bad deal at all. He's turning 30 this season, so nothing too bad. Mountcastle's the only one here that I'm like, I don't know if I want to let you go, but he never developed in this save. Really never turned out to be the player that we wanted him to be. I've seen him turn out really well in some saves, and this one just was not it. Just, you know, played well in Double-A this past year, but the fact that he was in Double-A as a 24-year-old isn't a great sign. Just not great hitter ratings. And not really a spot for him, honestly, on the team. So, yeah, we're going to... I guess I'll toss him a bone. A minor league extension. I like Dylan Tate in real life, too, but he was really bad. So, guess not for him. But, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's throw Harvey back on the main roster. Oh, is the 40 full? Yeah. Well, I'm going to waive, I guess I can waive Trevor Williams since he's not coming back. And then you can just throw Harvey back on there. Okay, and we'll just play up until the awards are announced. We'll probably get stopped here, like we always do. Yep, here we go. Everybody signed. Fans are excited that I brought Cisco back. Colleen Moran for Richie Martin. Moran's not that good. They have a really good defensive rating for him at first in this game. Had a decent year. But this guy's probably good. Not really. Again, I don't care about AI trades. They're all... I mean, it's just... They never really turn out to be good trades in the end. We'll just let everything else go through. Just waiting for Claudio to get back to me now. Both of these guys are going to go down to AAA. How much do you want to get extended? Oh, he's not interested in coming back anyways, so we'll just release him. Just not deal with it. Let's get to that Gold Glove announcement. All right, Claudio did re-sign, so that is good. That trade was not for nothing. We did get Alex Claudio back for probably the rest of the series. Afternoon Cubed, how are you doing today? And we did get a Gold Glover, but we'll go ahead and check the news page to see all of the award winners. So, your Gold Glovers in the National League are Herman Marquez, JT Realmuto, Anthony Rizzo, Luis Guillorme, Nolan Arenado, Nick Ahmed, Austin Slater, Harrison Bader, and Mookie Betts. And in the American League, Jonathan Loaizaga, Yasmani Grandal, Matt Olson, Kavan Biggio, Matt Chapman, Andrelton Simmons, Austin Meadows, Byron Buxton, and George Springer. Decent, Cube decent enough trying for a Valorant drop. Yeah, good luck, man. Yeah, I'm excited to start playing some Valorant. It looks really fun. Looks like a really, really fun game. So, you know, I've been hyped for it for a while. Let's see. Reliever of the year is tomorrow. Ken Giles wins Reliever of the Year in the American League with 16 of the first place votes. Hansel Robles actually does pretty well here as well. So, interesting there. And then in the National League, it's going to go to Andres Munoz in San Diego with all 30 of the first place votes. They actually got first and second with him and Kirby Yates. So, seems like a pretty decent bullpen out there in San Diego. Silver Sluggers in the American League, we have Gary Sanchez, Miguel Sano, Luis Ariz, Jose Ramirez, Francisco Lindor, Giancarlo Stanton, Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, and Justin Turner, who's on the Boston Red Sox. So that's a little unfortunate for us. It's a great pickup for them. And then in the National League, you have Tyler Chatwood, Francisco Mejia, Max Muncy, Ozzy Albies, Nolan Arenado, Fernando Tatis, Juan Soto, Cody Bellinger, and Mookie Betts on the Nationals. I forgot to say, Mookie Betts did sign with Washington in this series, so that's terrifying. Don't know why they weren't unbelievable with him and Soto and, you know, Key Boom once he develops. That team's a little bit terrifying for the future, but for the Rookie of the Year in the American League, it goes to Jared Kelenic. No surprise there. Dylan Carlson actually got 35 points, so that's pretty cool. And then in the National League, it goes to Pavin Smith, who did end up replacing, I assume, Christian Walker once we traded for him mid-season. Looks like he had a really good year. He hit 300 with 19 homers. Yeah, he had a really good season, so good for him. Good for Pavin. I'd love for that to be real. Manager of the Year in the American League goes to Byron Nichols of the Cleveland Indians. And in the National League, it goes to Dave Roberts of the Dodgers. Cy Young in the American League goes to Blake Snell for what I believe is back-to-back years. That's his third Cy Young. Yes. No Orioles in the running. No one's really surprised. In the National League, it goes to Walker Buehler in LA. I think it's only really a matter of time before he gets that in real life. Cubed, I switched to a Toronto sim after my crash. Really fun team. Yeah, I'm excited to get to Toronto. They have so many young pieces that, you know, it'll be really interesting to see where they go with it. And then your MVP in the American League is Jose Ramirez. Your World Series MVP as well as your league MVP. And then in the National League, it's going to go to Nolan Arenado. Not quite as close of a vote as it was last year, but still pretty fun there. So let's go ahead and just go to free agency filings. Everybody else is getting let go, so it's not really a big deal. Personal message. Okay, favorite in the team, favorite in the team, favorite in the team. So the team won all of them, which is awesome. So we'll just move on to free agency, which I guess is tomorrow, so I could have just pressed it. I got a really strange trade, though. Derek Fisher for Benintendi. Wow, if you can get Benintendi, that'd be really cool. Doesn't seem super realistic, but still interesting nonetheless. Okay, so let's go ahead, now that free agents have filed, and really assess what we're going to need next year. So let's clear our pitching staff. Who do we really feel comfortable with in the rotation? Hunter Harvey had a really good year. Blake Taylor, again, was our best pitcher this past year. John Means was good, so maybe 2 more starting pitchers to really feel comfortable, because none of the other pitchers really sold me. So maybe 2 more, definitely not realistic, but hell yeah, no, definitely, for sure. As for stoppers, I feel good about Tanner Scott. I feel good about Alex Claudio. Maybe another really good bullpen piece would be nice to have, but someone like Paul Fry is fine. Richard Blyer's fine. Castro's fine. Zombro is fine. Like, these guys are okay, you know? I think. Zombro actually had negative WARs. FIP was 5.32. His ERA plus was good because his ERA was good. So I'll give him another shot. Those are really the only ones that played super well. So maybe, like, all of these guys would be set as long relievers. And I'll look to get 2 starters. And then these guys can maybe fight it out for that long relief spot. Junis will probably take it. As for batters, I want to get Cisco some playing time at first base because I think he could be a good first baseman. So I guess it depends on what we want to do. If we just want to grab like a better DH, I'd like to upgrade it maybe the third base defensively because I don't really have like a very good defensive third baseman. Or maybe, nah, Hayes is too good to take out of the lineup. Carlson had a great year. If he was healthy the whole season, that would have been great. Where's the upgrade potential? Right field, definitely. Definitely right field. Let's see. Yeah, right field and first base. But Cisco would be moving to first, so right field and third base, potentially, is ideally the upgrade potential. Or DH. Just right field and a good batter. I have $23 million. That could go to a really good starter if we wanted it to, like Charlie Morton, although he's old. Lance Lynn isn't bad. He's just worth a lot of money. He's super expensive. We could bring Dylan Bundy back on relatively nothing. Split time through Iowa and Chicago this past year. Chatwood's coming off a really good year, but he's super expensive. Looking for a good ERA plus, maybe not as high of a WAR. Someone that might be more prone to bounce back. Kyle Freeland actually had a great WAR and a pretty decent ERA plus, and he's worth practically nothing. Let's take a look at him. Is it just because he played in Colorado? Because his ERA was bad, but that's Colorado. Morton's a trap. Dude'll shatter. Oh, 100%. Not a chance. Not a chance this 38-year-old that's wrecked is going to be worth that money. But someone like Kyle Freeland probably will be. Especially if I can get him for $1 million a year. That's a deal I pretty much have to do. Coming off of a really good season. How about 125? Cool. All right. 1 year 125 for Kyle Freeland, I think, is a really solid deal. I could bring Bundy back. He's young. Carlos Rodon's there, but he's coming off of a mess season, and he's more expensive. I don't hate the idea of bringing Dylan Bundy back. 5 good pitches, just no movement, gives up homers. Extremely hard worker, great mentals. Yeah, I don't hate the idea of just bringing Bundy back. He was a relatively average player last year. If he doesn't work, he can always transition to the bullpen as well. He's just so cheap that I feel like taking a flyer on him is worth it. Dilly Bundy. And then we could also go for someone like Caleb Smith. He was the other name I was looking at, who I don't hate. Caleb Smith's pretty good. If we wanted to go young, we could always just go Rodon. I would go Chatwood if he wasn't $10 million. Lance Lynn's also an option if we have more money later. So let's just wait on the rest of the starting pitchers. Let's see if we can get like a dominant reliever. We could go and grab like an Archie Bradley. But I guess for that money, we might as well go get Craig Kimbrell, right? Because there's a lot of really good options here. But I want to go get it like that guy that can be our back end of the bullpen, like ace. We have 21 million, so we have some money to spend. Archie's younger than Kimbrell, but Kimbrell I project to be a little bit better. Although I don't hate Hector Neris as an option either. Because he's durable, and he's cheap. He's way cheaper than everyone else. He's arguably coming off the best year of all of these guys. Archie had a really good year too, though. And obviously Archie's my boy. Archie's maybe my favorite player in baseball. So it's tough for me not to get him in every save because he is probably my favorite player in baseball. But I only want to get him in the ones that are like, that make sense, you know? I feel like Kimbrell is probably the grab here. If we're being smart about it. Because I can get it for $9 million. Neris I could probably get for 8.25 or 8.5. I'd be saving about 500,000. Which is that worth it to downgrade, essentially? But is Neris really a downgrade? He had a really bad 2020. But he bounced back pretty hard in 2021. In a contract year. Kimbrell had a really good 2020 and had a pretty good 2021. He's just a lot more consistent, and I'm really only saving like 500,000, so I'm gonna grab Kimbrell for 9. I'll throw a team option on the end because he'll pick it up. 3 years, 28 for Kimbrell, I think is fine. We can always look for a decent option here later. Someone like a Diekman, maybe. I actually like Jake Diekman a lot, as in real life at least. Lol, we could go get Waka again. That'd be pretty funny. He actually had a great year for the Mets starting. That's funny. Diekman for 2 is pretty cool, but I'll check that out after. The upgrade spots were right field. Mazzara is super interesting. 26-year-old Nomar Mazzara is something. Andrew McCutchen for $3 million is also really, really interesting. Just because he's so cheap. Like as a 1 year, and he's a captain. Yeah, Mazzara's good. I'm just afraid that that's a lot of money, you know? Tommy Pham coming off of an awesome year right before free agency. Good for him. He's about to get paid. I don't know. Someone like Dexter Fowler is not a bad option either. Mazzara is definitely the pick, I think, if we want somebody here. How good is he in right? He's a meh right fielder. He can play it. He's not worth 9.7. That's the problem, is he's asking for way more than he's worth. Like, McCutchen's a much better deal. If I just get him on a 1 year. And then ideally one of my other outfielders develops. And then we just put him in right field the next year. Yeah. I'm thinking that's a good idea. What's also, third base was the other one I'll look at. Javi Baez isn't a third baseman, but I guess he can play it. Either that or just to DH. Someone like Adrianza I love, but someone like Kyle Seager I like a lot too. Just an Iron Man for relatively no money with good mentals. Good at third base. I'd mostly be doing this to upgrade defensively. So it's not really worth signing like an Asdrubal Cabrera when he's just as good as Andahar and just a worse hitter defensively. there's no real like defensive studs here. Camargo's not bad, right? Yeah, Camargo's not bad. Carpenter, no, he's a DH now. I guess Seager probably would be the signing if I were to sign a third baseman. And he'd come in and play defense, like he'd play third base for us while Andahar DH'd. I could also sign a first baseman, but the market's just not there for it this year, it seems. I guess it just depends on, do we think that Yusniel Diaz is that bad? He's a decent player, but I'd rather have him be a conditional outfielder, I think. Yeah, I think this is going to be better than having Andahar at third, who just isn't that good defensively. He's made to be a designated hitter. Diaz can kind of play all three, so can McKenna. So I have cover at backup outfielder. I still have Yairo Munoz as well, who could always just cover if I needed him to. I'd rather not start him, though. I don't think he's a starter. Hanser Alberto's still on this team as well, who can also play third. We have a lot of cover at third base. I think definitely right field is the more pressing upgrade option, which is why I think I'm... But that means we could probably spend the money on Mazzara if we really wanted to. Just grab him for 3 years, the rest of the series. Or we could grab McCutchen for the 1 year and hope that either Diaz or McKenna turns out to be really good. I think in this save, I'm going to go Mazzara. I think it just makes more sense. 7, 8, 10, I think is fine. For 3 years, make that 10 a team option. I don't hate that deal at all, actually. 3 years, 25. That's really not that bad of a deal. That leaves us $5 million to go and get maybe another reliever. Or another 2 relievers. It means we could also go and get, like, a Raisel Iglesias. Or Kenley Jansen. Or we could get, like, 2 of, like, Jake Diekman and Michael Walker or whatever, right? If he probably doesn't want to join, I assume. Oh, he does. He would come back, which would be really funny. I'd rather have 2, I think. Just throw darts at the board. So I'm going to go grab Diekman for 1.5. If he'll take it. Yep. And I'll grab Waka for 1. If he'll take it. Lol. Just had he came off a really good year and he just took $1 million. That's a much better spread with the team than the $10 million a year straight I thought Mazzara would want. Yeah, for sure. $7 million in year 1's pretty good. And if he doesn't turn out, then that team option on the 10th year, on the 3rd year is fine. I'll just decline it. Still has me $2 million to go get something. Maybe more starting pitching coverage. No, because I got Waka. So that theoretically gives me 3 starting pitchers. No, I only got 2. I got Freeland and I got Freeland, Bundy, and Waka, who can all start. And then I have all these guys who can cover. So maybe just another reliever. Or I'll just save the money and see what's left in preseason. See whose prices have gone down. That's all I'll offer for now. So let's head to the Rule 5 draft. Personal message, we got Jake Diekman, so that's pretty cool. All of these look like good contract negotiation updates, but getting Diekman is solid. Diekman will probably settle in as the middle relief used more often guy. I don't know if I see him as like a back end of the bullpen guy, but you know, he's still a really good pitcher. And he could prove me wrong, who knows, you know? I'd prefer if he did. Money wasn't quite where he wanted it to be. Let's see, who needs more money? Just Waka. Everybody else likes my contract, so. How about 125? I'll give you 125. That's fine. That's super fair. Any weird signings? Tommy Pham getting 102 from St. Louis is funny. Archie going to Colorado for 19 million. Hate to see that in division, but Porcello for 17 to Chicago. Lance Lynn for 46 to Houston. Interesting stuff. I don't think I really need to look to upgrade anywhere else. All right, we're at the Rule 5 draft. Nobody else signed, so anybody I need to throw onto the thing? Zach Pop, I don't care about. No, it doesn't look like it. Unless I'm just forgetting our team names. Bowie and Frederick, nope. Yep, looks like we're good. So we're just gonna jump into the Rule 5 draft. Is there anybody here that's even worth picking? Connor Jones guy, maybe? I'll give him a shot in spring if he's there when I pick. But, you know. If he's not, oh well. Nope, went to Toronto at 4. I don't think anybody else is really worth giving a shot in spring. Maybe this Zach Pop guy. Oh wait, he's ours. Lol. Let's complete draft then. Yeah, I don't need anybody. Addison Russell was in there. God, how the mighty have fallen. Holy crap, what? He was terrible. He was terrible this past year. That's so funny. All right, well, now we just wait. We got Craig Kimbrell, so that's solid. Don't know why he would come to Baltimore realistically, but I'm glad he did. Let's set Kimbrell as our stopper, or one of our stoppers. Excellent. Excellent. Our bullpen's looking pretty good. I actually think the team's turning out, at least a little bit here. Kyle Freeland is signed. Excellent. All right. And we also got Dylan Bundy, and we got Nomar Mazara. So we were able to pick up pretty much all the guys we went after. We do have to start waving some people on the 40, but that's not that big of a deal. Who do I not care about? You. You and you can all wave in DFA. For Freeland, Mazara, and then Bundy. Excellent. We'll go to 6-man for spring. Bundy slots in there. Kyle Freeland slots in there. And I had one more. Oh, Waka. Waka was going to slot in. Actually, I'll put Junis in there. No, honestly, I'll put Waka in there. Screw it. Junis will have to fight for a roster spot. And we got Mazara, so he'll slot into right field, and Yusniel Diaz will slot in as our backup. Diaz actually had a better year than Mazara did last year, but if that's the case this year, then he'll just replace him. So it's not that big of a deal. Looks like we'll do this instead then. Although, I want him to play there in spring at least, and we'll have Walker play DH in spring. Just because I want him to learn how to play first in case he needs to do it. He's unmotivated. That really kind of sucks. We have a captain on the team, right? I've assumed we have. Yeah, we have Austin Hayes. Christian Walker's a leader, and so is Taylor Walls. We have some bad personalities too, though. Junis, Blake Taylor, and Chance Sisco. Junis we don't really need to have. But Austin Hayes being a captain is a really good thing because he's almost certainly just going to be on our team for the next couple of years. Yeah, and then we'll sign our new, because our bench coach retired, so we'll have to sign that new one before, well, in preseason probably. We'll put Waka there when he signs. Colorado claimed Tyler Ivey. Okay, so Tyler Ivey's gone, but that's not really that big of a deal. He was pretty bad. I mean, he was okay in AAA. Really not that big of a deal. Let's see where he goes. Washington. So he's a national. Well, hope he doesn't destroy me in a game or something. That'd be really funny. All right. Is Waka... Are we still waiting out Waka? Or did I just miss him? No, we're still waiting him out. I think he's hoping for more money. But I don't think he's going to get it. Rumors swirl that Robert may have lied about age. Oh, I'm going to have to look at that. What? Where is he? Where's Luis Robert? I'm just missing it. Here. Here it is. Okay, so what does that mean? Does his age just randomly go up? Or is it just a news story? He's fragile. That sucks. I think it's just a news story, I guess. But that's funny. Alright, so we got Waka. Gotta clear one more spot for him. Can be, I don't know, DJ Stewart, who's probably never coming back up. Throw Waka in the rotation. That's funny. Waka back in Baltimore now. All right. And that's probably the lineup we'll go into spring with. Yeah, there's really nobody down here that I'm super curious in. Austin Hedges will come up as well. And just be the backup catcher. He's a captain too, right? Yeah, he is, so it's also a positive. Nato Nunez. He'll play every fifth game, every fifth game, every fifth game. And if they turn into superstars, he'll play less. Walls and Alberto can still platoon, at least for spring. Yeah, it's fine. All right, cool. And then we just keep going until preseason again. Once we hit preseason, I'm gonna see who's still available, because we do have some money. I assume we got a little bit more at the beginning of the new year, like we pretty much always do. Not that much more. We have a ton for extensions because everybody I signed is 1 year, but personal message from... Oh, here's where we get our money. So what do we have now? 14 million. Could go out and grab... I don't know, like a Miguel Rojas. I don't need him, though. Asdrubal Cabrera could be the upgrade, I guess. See an upgrade to Christian Walker. Maybe just a really good lefty bat. Or someone who hits righties well. I don't know. Kyle Seager's really seeming like the one to go after here. He hits righties super well. Good defensively. I think Seager's the... I think I'm going to offer Seager a 1 year for 2. Just because I have a ton of money left. And as for another superstar reliever, I can go get Tommy Conley. I can bring Zach Britton back. I actually like that idea as an Orioles. As the Orioles. As an Orioles. As the Orioles. I think bringing Zach Britton back would just be fun. Doesn't even want that much money. Probably get him for 2.5. $2.5 then, maybe? Yeah, let's get Zach Britton back. Screw it. Bring those guys in. We still have $10 million to spend. I could get Tommy Conley as well. Screw it. Let's just go and get some players, you know? It's 32. We'll give him a 2-year with the team option for $3 million. All right, he's hardballing on his money. As long as I can throw a team option on the end, then that'll do. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, trying to get as good as we can. Let's see who made the Hall of Fame in 2021. We have A-Rod, David Ortiz, and Barry Bonds all making the Hall of Fame. So Bonds does get in on 10th year on 90%. So it looks like they finally decided to let him in after Clemens got in the year before. So that makes sense. Once Clemens got in, it was pretty easy for Bonds to get in. A-Rod and Ortiz inducted pretty unanimously. Sosa's dropped, unfortunately. Jimmy Rollins doesn't get in year 1, neither does Teixeira, Papelbon, and these are the guys who are dropped. Is there anybody else that's just really good that's still left? I mean, we've got some decent players. Nobody who's, like, super great. Nobody who it would be dumb for me not to at least consider. I think we'll be all right. So we got Zach Britton and we got Tommy Conley. So Zach Britton returns to Baltimore with his actual name spelled correctly this time. We need 2 40-man spots. So our bullpen looks really good now. Which is a good thing. Because it wasn't for a while. Wave and DFA, Dwight Smith. Honestly, Cedric Mullins as well. He never really panned out. We'll grab both of these guys and put them on the main roster. Because, like, they're upgrades to, like, Paul Fry and Miguel Castro and things like that. Like, guys like that. They're big upgrades to them, so both of them will just slot in as middle relief. Excellent. Yeah, I think our bullpen's really good now. So, that's nice. We could always put Waka back in the bullpen as well. All right. Let's keep moving forward then to spring training. Oh, shoot. I need a coach. Cedric Mullins and Dwight Smith got claimed, so that's a little bit meh. But neither of them were going to make the roster this year, likely. I just have too much cover in the outfield. Simon team staff. We need a bench coach. That's what we need. Good, good. Okay, so Nick Palmer, Mickey Morandi, or Rob Lurie. Average reputation for all of them except for Morandi. Let's go Rob Leary. He's personable, and I like that in a coach. So let's see where they all go. Well, Dwight Smith's going to LA. Dwight Smith goes to the Angels. Fans like Cedric Mullins, I guess. That's an odd one. He goes to Toronto, our division rival, so hopefully he doesn't start burning us there. He just never played well in the majors, so... Rob Leary is now our bench coach. Solid. Now let's just get to spring. Oh, I'm still waiting on Kyle Seager, right? Or did I mess up there? I must have messed up because I didn't get him, so... I guess no Kyle Seager for us. That's alright. It's really not that big of a deal. Yeah, it just means this is the loadout, which is more fine. I think this is fine. So spring training begins. Hoorah! I don't think I'm going to change anything. Anybody who came up is probably just not good enough to try to earn a spot. Might as well put him there. Chris Davis. Forgot he was on the team. Only 2 more years, I think, of Davis. 1 more year. This is the last season of Chris Davis, boys. We're almost there. Yeah, nobody else is really going to play. All right. No injuries, guys. Fingers crossed. Or at least limited injuries. Hunter Harvey's out 2 to 3 months. All right, well, that's a little bit of a terrible start. Our superstar, Hunter Harvey, is out. That sucks. Is he fragile now? He is. Damn it. Well, that sucks. Jacob Junis can take his place. In the rotation, at least. For now. Losing Harvey for 3 months sucks. Freeman's stuff got worse, but his movement and stamina got better, and Simmons got worse. That's fine. As long as he's playing defense, I don't care. It's what he is signed for, so. Blyer's out 6 to 7 weeks. That's not that big of a deal. He wasn't going to make the roster anyways. Tanner Scott, moderate effect for 1 to 2 weeks. We'll put him on the DL just so he doesn't get more hurt during spring, but he'll be back before opening day. Looks like our guys are hitting well, at least. Bundy's out 2 to 3 months. All right, so that sucks. Shoulder inflammation. Dang. All right, so looks like I'm glad we got starting depth. Cole Stewart's pitching the best in spring so far, so I guess he takes the spot for now. He's gonna be the one that doesn't make the rotation though, probably. Austin Hayes for a week. That's fine. Tanner Scott's healthy now. Let's set him up as the stopper again. He did not pitch well before he got hurt, but he is kind of our guy, so I should probably set a starter in center for now. I'm going to set it as McKenna instead of Diaz because I like McKenna more overall. All right, opening day. Andahar with 8 homers so far. Mazar's hitting 338. Received a personal message. All right, so top 100 prospects list published. Looks like our guy's falling out of the top 10, which is kind of rude. Vega's at 17. That guy I signed that international guy I signed. TJ Reeves, my draft pick. He should be up sometime soon. He's in AA now. Emerson Hancock fell to 11, so he's barely outside the top 10 now. All right, opening day. We're against Tampa, but let's go ahead and set our roster. Oh, shoot, I'm sitting on the spacebar key on the top there. My bad, guys. All right, so Bauman. All right, let's check the spring stats here. Was anybody, like, absurdly terrible? Waka. He got unlucky, but still pretty bad. Tanner Scott, John Means. Waka can play in the bullpen. That's probably what I'll just do, is have Waka out of the bullpen as long relief. Who is really good? These guys I probably shouldn't send down. So Bauman's gone, Paul Fry is gone. McClanahan and Conine are gone. That leaves me with 14. I'll probably need to drop one more, but we'll have to see who that is later. As for these guys, Toffee, Santander, Hernandez. McKenna over Yusniel Diaz. He hit a ton better. We also got lucky. And Diaz got super unlucky. We'll need to drop more than just that. Santander's got to be waived. That's fine. Chris Davis, can you go? I think he refuses to be demoted, so... Renato Nunez is probably gone. I'd like to keep McKenna up. But I gotta drop one more. How good is Cisco at first now, by the way? Okay, he can play it now. So that's good. It's probably going to be Yusniel Diaz. No, I need them both up until what's-his-name gets healthy. Duh. Who's the most expendable here? Probably Yairo. Unfortunately for him. Yeah. Alright, so let's reset this. Walker is if starter. Well, Walker will probably start at first because he's probably better at it. They're about the same, honestly. And Cisco just looks like a better fielder at the position. So we'll play Cisco at first, Walker at DH. Alberto can be our backup infielder. Walker can also back up at first, though. And actually, Chris Davis can back up at first. Whatever, I don't care. Copy depth chart. Paste depth chart. Yeah, I don't think I'm changing anything either. Well, Alberto and Walls are going to platoon. All right. So that's probably going to be the lineup for opening day. Taylor Walls, Ryan McKenna, Dylan Carlson, Miguel Andahar, Nomar Mazara, Adley Ruckman, Chance Cisco, Christian Walker, and Andrelton Simmons. And then we got to send down one more pitcher. It's probably Zombro. Right? He had a great spring, though. But I think it is going to be him. I guess it could be Britton. But I'd like to keep Britton up. It's going to be Zombro because he has options left. That should give me a 26. It does. Excellent. All right. Yikes. It's all gone crazy, folks. Let's set the order, I guess. Taylor can start opening day. Screw it. Whatever. Means, Freeland, Junis, Cole Stewart. Yeah, this is all fine. This is all fine and dandy. So let's go back to game type regular season. All right. And let's go. Opening day. Jumping into opening day 2022 against Tampa Bay at home. It is a win in 13. So we do pick up the W against Blake Snell, which is pretty good. Both Kimbrel and Claudio have a blown save, which is less good. But Blake Taylor with the player of the game, so that's cool. All right, finishing out that 3-game set against Tampa. Santander got claimed. I figured it would happen, but it is what it is. Didn't want him on the roster, so. At home against Tampa for 2, or for the rest of the 3 is a win. Santander goes to Houston, which I guess is better than Boston for us. Can we sweep them to open the year? We can. At home against New York for 3. Loss, win, but all were close. Austin Hayes is now healthy, so one of these guys gets sent down. Simmons is hurt for an unknown amount of time. McKenna hasn't been great, but he's barely played, so is... Yusniel Diaz has been better in a small amount of time, so if I had to pick between the two to send down, it's going to be McKenna. And then we can have Hayes come up. Slot right back into that center field slot. Excellent. All right, now back to team schedule. At the Reds for 3 is a win. Nunez goes down to AAA. Let's get through that day. Andrelton Simmons is out 6 months. That is brutal. That is brutal. He broke his kneecap. That sucks. Yikes. Oh well. Is what it is. Simmons, 60-day DL. Who comes up? Oh, I did get Kyle Seager just as a minor league free agent. He'll come up. Or I can bring up Yairo Munoz. Munoz is probably better for now. And we'll have probably Walls play shortstop. And Alberto plays second base. Yeah. With Yairo as the backup. Copy depth chart. Paste. Ask bench coach for all lineups. All right, well, that's super unfortunate, but it is what it is. Just got to deal with it now. Okay. Finishing out that Cincy series with a loss and a win, so we win that series. At Tampa Bay for 4, win. Jake Junis is out 7 months. Oh, my God. We are getting hammered. He was awful, actually. This might be a blessing in disguise, because Junis was awful. It means I can bring up Zombro, probably. He would have been next on my list. Just throw Waka back into the rotation. All right, cool. And just hope Waka turns it around, I guess. All right. Win. Win. 4-game sweep them. We can't 4-game sweep them, but we're still doing well. At home against Milwaukee for 3. Loss. Cole Stewart's out 3 weeks. I don't have starting pitching left. I have 4 of my starting pitchers on DL. 4/5 of my rotation is on the disabled list. I'm running out of boys. Conine, I guess. Wow, that is so unbelievably unfortunate. McClanahan, who was better last year? McClanahan was bad. Conine I trust a little more. Wow, this is so unbelievable. That is unbelievable luck. We're going to get swept here? No, thank God. Moderate effect for 1 week. You're going to have to pitch through it. I don't have anybody to take your spot, Blake Taylor. At home against Pittsburgh for 2. Win. Okay, good. At Cleveland for 3. Loss. Win the series. Okay, that's cool. Walls is out a week. I'm running out of guys. Yikes. I guess this is Kyle Seager's time. So that I can confirm his contract. I guess Munoz has to play short. Yikes, man. We are not in a good spot right now. Yeah, this is not going well. I mean, the team is. We're in first place. But, wow, injuries have obliterated us. Which is unfortunate, if I do say so myself. All right, well, let's keep rolling, I guess. Won the Cleveland series. At Texas for 3. Win. Loss. Win the series. Okay, cool. At home against Boston for 3. Loss. Win the series. Yes. At home against Cleveland for 4. Win. Win. Loss. Walls is healthy now. So it's probably Seager going down, I assume. Unless someone's been so atrocious. Yeah, no one else has been that atrocious. He refuses to be demoted. Are you kidding me, dude? You're on a minor league contract. Fine. I don't care. I don't care. But I need Taylor Walls back up, like, ASAP. Hanser Alberto's not playing well at all. Neither is Nomar Mazara, who's super negative right now. On the bright side, Dylan Carlson is a beast. He's on pace for 10 WAR. He's hitting 366. He's slugging 806 right now. He's on pace for 65 homers this year. So I don't think that'll keep up, but also nice, you know? Hayes, Andahar is hitting well. Cisco isn't, like, hitting unbelievably well. Christian Walker isn't hitting well either. Yusniel Diaz is going to take the right field spot. Mazara can only play right field, though, is the problem. He can play second, too, right? Yeah. Yairo is hitting well. I assume you're just better against lefties? Yeah. You're really not that good against either, though, anymore. We'll see. We'll see what we end up doing here. This is fine. For now. I might look to trade for a better DH later in the season. How about our pitching staff? John Means is bad. Blake Taylor and Freeland are good. So is Waka. Well, I don't really have replacements right now for you. So you're going to have to keep pitching. Because I just don't have guys that can come in and play. Unfortunately. So we'll just have to keep moving onward. Let's win the series against Cleveland here. All right, well, we split it. Cole Stewart is healthy. He was pitching all right. Better than what we had before he got hurt. Honestly, Waka can go down. Refuses to be demoted. Okay, then Zombro goes down. Britton's been awesome. He's going to go to use more often. And set up. And Cole Stewart's going to come back up. Blyer's healthy in 4 days, but he's going down. He's not coming up. Cole Stewart will take Waka's spot in the rotation at least. All right. At Detroit for 3 is a loss. Loss. Come on, they're bad. Don't do this to me. Let's not get swept here, please. Win. Okay, great. Okay, at Boston for 3. Win. Blyer's healthy, but I think he just goes straight down. He's coming off a decent year, but I don't think he's better than anybody we have up. He's better than Conley, who has been objectively bad. His quit waivers, he'll get claimed. It's going to be Blyer that goes down. It's going to have to be. He's got to be on the 40. Refuses to be demoted. Are you kidding me? You are such a moron. Well, there you go. You goofball. All right, let's keep this series going. Loss. Let's win it, please. Okay, cool. At home against Texas for 3. Win. Win. Sweep them. No sweep, but we do win the series. At home against Minnesota for 3. Win. Hunter Harvey is healthy. All right, our main guy's healthy, so let's get him back in. He's been out for a little while. Do I want to I think I do want to rehab assignment him because he's fragile. So I feel like if I don't, he'll just get hurt immediately, you know? Let's sweep the Twins. Yes, RBI streak for Dylan Carlson. He's going to be MVP this year. Definitely rehab. Yeah, definitely rehab, I would say, especially if he's fragile. At Toronto for 3. Loss. Let's not get swept. Okay. We're half a game out now. At Chicago for 3. This is a big series. Loss. Come on, man. No, I don't want you on the... Trust me, if I could get rid of you... Oh, he's retiring at the end of the year. Good for him. Good for him. Thought he was getting mad that I'm not trading him. He's pitched 1 game. I want him to pitch 2. Before he comes back. Come on, man. Step it up. Win. All right, let's win this series. Okay, cool. At Boston for 4. And then we'll call Harvey up. Win. 21-1. Loss. Win. Okay, 3 of 4 from Boston's really strong. We're still a game back. Who's in the lead? Tampa. But we've swept them twice. I normally would put a pitch count on him after he's back for the first few starts. Yeah, that's probably the right call. We're 4.5 games up in the wild card. All right, let's bring him up. How's he been? He's pitched 3 games and he's pitched them all really well, so let's get him up. Who's going down? I want it to be you, but you refuse to be demoted? Yep. Cole Stewart has also not been great, so he doesn't have to do anything to get demoted, so. Put a pitch count of like 90 on him. Too many times I've had people blow up their arms first game back. Yeah, I'll put a pitch count of like 80 on him for game 1. All right. Well, I should stay on the screen then. At home against Detroit for 4 is a loss. Detroit's our fucking kryptonite in this series. Win. Let's go even. Waka's out a week. Okay, well, that's whatever. Looks like Cole's getting called right back up. Just be a long reliever. And then a loss. We lost 3 of 4, man. Just unlucky. At home against Boston, I assume, is his first game back. Nope. But it's a win. He did pitch that one. Pitched 5 innings. We'll go up to 90. And then let's sweep him here. We do sweep him. So that's solid. At Pittsburgh for 2 is the next series. Is a win. Personal message. Austin Hayes has gotten better. He's having a great year. He's becoming a genuinely really good player. It's June 1st, so let's take a look at who we need to, if we need to adjust anybody. I mean, Britton is a monster this year. He's playing better than Tanner Scott. Tanner Scott can move down to that middle relief use more often. Setup role. And Britton's got to move into that stopper role. If he's pitching this well, I mean, it's just too good. Okay, lineup-wise, anybody really bad? Christian Walker needs to be replaced. Hunter Alberto hasn't been great, but he's been all right enough. The bats are good. Dylan Carlson is on pace for 10 WAR in July. I mean, he is an MVP candidate. So that's awesome to see. He's really turned into a monster. I got him in the Rule 5 of all things. What a terrible, terrible move. His OPS plus is 209. That is so unbelievable. Okay. Do I have anybody in AAA that's hitting, like, unbelievably well? That's just like, hey, I should be playing. Ryan Mountcastle. Let's give him a shot. I could send... Mazar's been bad. Christ. Yeah, I'll send Walker down. He's Got a wave. I don't really care if I lose him. He's not that big a deal. He's probably just worse Mountcastle. I find that the AI is really stupid on the roll 5. Only sometimes. There are times where they're really stupid, and then there's times where there's, you know, just nothing in the roll 5. Most of the time there's nothing in the roll 5, but sometimes there is. He's a 65 at first base, so Cisco's probably going to DH. And Mountcastle will go and start at first. Just give him a shot. He can't be worse than Walker was. He can be, but he's going to be better defensively, so we're upgrading our defense by doing this anyways, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And then second base could always be upgraded, but we don't really have an upgrade. Yairo Munoz, I guess, could do it. But they're both, I don't know. They're both just kind of meh. Like, I don't know if one meh is better than the other. And he's better defensively at the position, so might as well play him. All right. Moving on to, well, we just need to watch Harvey for his next start. Okay, at Pittsburgh for the second game is a win. Bundy is now healthy. That's really good. Getting another starter. Cole Stewart goes down. We get Bundy back. Actually, I should rehab stint him. And then bring Cole Stewart back up. Because I'm bad at this. Okay, and then Stewart will stay here for now. I just wasted an option, but it's fine. All right. At home against Seattle is a loss. Now we're at the first-year player draft. Did Harvey pitch that game? He did not. He never pitches. He is the pitchless wonder. But we got to do the first-year player draft. Like normal, I'm really just... I mean, we have the 4th pick, so we have somebody good. No thanks. All right, next pick by Baltimore. All right, we have this guy, Tyler Nesbitt. He is the highest rated player that we have here. He looks great, actually. The movement's a little questionable, but everything else looks really good. He has 4 good pitches. Yeah, Nesbitt's the pick, for sure. I have not seen a, like, you don't see players like that in the draft very often. Take Will Frisch. That changeup will never develop. He's a reliever. Or John Rodriguez, who's a meh conditional infielder. But he has a chance of making it because he's old. So why not? Frisch is the pick now, I guess. Just because if he does develop, then he's probably the best player on the board. Who's the batter that you want me to take? This guy, Carson Bowen. Okay, sure, I trust you. And then let's skip the draft. Like I said, there's a very good chance that none of these guys ever make the majors since I'm only doing 5 years. So I don't worry too much about the draft. Okay, it should just be one more game, I assume. Win. Nope, it's this one. Win. Okay, so now he's pitched 2 games. He doesn't have a pitch count. Bundy got hurt again? Excellent. Back tightness. He's fragile, so that's excellent. He's become fragile, so that's always fun. All right, we'll just keep on rocking and rolling. We won that series against Seattle. At home against Chicago for 3. Loss. Win. Walker goes to AAA, which is solid. I don't have to worry about him getting claimed. I want him to start 3 games. Only started 1 as of now. All right, let's win this series against Chicago. Nope, okay. At Toronto for 3. Win. Diaz for 3 days. He'll be fine. Michael Wacha's healthy. I honestly wish he wasn't. Because he's been awful. I'm just going to release him. He's been awful. Like, he's been terrible. Okay, and then schedule. So win. Diaz is out 6 to 7 weeks. That's a little bit sucky. He was having a decently good year. So who's going to get called up for him? Who's hitting well? Any outfielders? McKenna? McKenna was my #1 choice, so might as well bring him up. Is Mazzara going to get put back in? He's been hitting better. I'll give him another shot. McKenna can play utility. How are his defensive ratings? He's best in left field, but I'll say I want Carlson playing as much as he can. Hayes is having a great year too, honestly. He's on pace for 6 WAR. Adley Ruckman's having a great year. Mountcastle's been good since he got called up. So really, it's just I want him playing here every 5th game. Every 4th game. Cisco's still hitting well, which is all that matters at his position. So. His Wall's getting better at short, by the way. Now he's going to be 55. Is what it is. All right. We are at Emerson Hancock, by the way, is in AAA now. He's at 2 games started. So we'll look at the end of next week. Personal message. McKenna, it's going to take a little longer. He's just minimal on hitting and running, so he'll be fine. He barely plays, so. All right, at Toronto, can we sweep him? We do. That's nice. At Minnesota for 4. Loss. Come on, guys. Oh, come on. Kimbrel's out 2 weeks now. That sucks. Man, our prevention guy sucks. He is awful. Like, I'm thinking of getting a new one because clearly this guy, even though his ratings are great, clearly it doesn't matter. I guess Bundy can just come up. Oh, it calls him a relief guy now. I want him to start. I want to give him a shot. He's got to be better than Conine. Move Tanner Scott back into that stopper role, probably, while Kimbrel's hurt. All of our stoppers are lefties. That's something, I guess. Emerson Hancock hopefully will be up relatively soon. But let's keep looking at schedule. Let's not get 4 games swept by the Twins here, please. Okay, cool. At home against Toronto for 3. Win. Let's sweep them. Okay, I mean, that's all right. At Tampa for 3. Loss. Win. Let's win this series. That's big. They're in first. Damn. All right, so we're probably not catching them because it doesn't look like we're better than them. Definitely want to extend these guys. Just because I like keeping the real guys here for these 2 positions at least. Prospects list was updated. We're still not in the top 10. Bobby Witt is now, though. He's still not in the majors in 2022. At home against Kansas City for 3. Win. Kimbrel suffers setback, which sucks. And let's sweep him here. Okay, no sweep. At home against Tampa for 3. This is nice. Win. Let's sweep them. All right, it's still a good series win. RBI streak was ended for Hayes. But let's check and see if anybody needs to be replaced. Bundy's been terrible in his 2 starts. He's given up 5 runs in both. Yikes. Maybe Conine is better. Is there any young guys that are just dominating this level? I mean, DL Hall is pitching really well. Doesn't look like he's ready, though. Honestly, Dean Kremer or Michael Baumann, I might as well give him a shot. This guy Travis Lakins is also pitching really well. He's just a bullpen piece now, though. Let's give him a shot. Bundy can go back down, honestly. I don't care anymore. Giving up on Dylan Bundy. And we'll give Dean Kremer a shot. No, we'll give Baumann a shot because he has better. Our scout thinks he's better. And I trust our scout. Anybody here that needs to go down? Ryan McKenna has not been hitting well, but also he's just the backup outfielder. Mazzara is bad. Crap. Didn't really want him to be bad, but I guess he is. Chris Davis is a neutral player, which is pretty good considering. You know, all things considered. Mountcastle has been awesome since he came up. So that's really cool. But our guys, our two outfielders are still beasts in it. He's not quite on pace for 10 WAR, but Hayes is actually playing better than he was before, so. All right. Yeah, we'll just leave it now, for now. Shit, I didn't update the strategy. Excellent. All right, team schedule. Wait, I don't have a space, right? Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I was doing this right. At Houston for 4 is a loss. Batter of the month for Austin Hayes is nice. Craig Kimbrell's healthy. It's a good health. That's a good bit of health there. Conine can go down because he has just been not good. And Kimbrell can come back up. Go back in that stopper role. Tanner Scott can go back into that use more often setup role. Excellent. All right, back to the schedule. So it was a loss. Less than ideal. Internationals are here. I don't think I'm going to care. This guy's a beast. This is by far the best international prospect I've ever seen. But in this game, it just doesn't matter. Because none of these guys are going to make it by the time I need them. So, not spending money on them. Because I'm only here for 3 more years. Win. Let's at least go even here. Okay, cool. It's not bad. At LA for 3. Loss in 10. Oh my god, 1-point losses in 3 straight games. That's just really unfortunate, isn't it? That really sucks. That's a really bad sweep. At New York for 3 right before the All-Star break is a win. Let's sweep them. Okay, that's good. Okay, sweet. So let's take a look at the standings. We're currently 9.5 games up in the wild card. So we have a pretty good shot at making playoffs this year. We're 3 games out of the division from the best team in baseball, other than the Braves. Second best team in baseball. We are, record-wise, the 3rd best team in baseball right now, which is something. Bet y'all didn't expect that to happen, but here we are. It's because Blake Taylor's a monster. Let's check our stats. It's because our bats are the best in the league. We're first in runs scored, first in batting average, first in OPS, first in batter WAR, first in weighted on base average, second in home runs. Like, if we had Andrelton Simmons, I think we'd be in the division lead right now because our defense has been kind of bad. And if it hadn't been bad, then I think we would have been in the division lead by now. Oh well. It is what it is. Let's check and see who our all-stars are, shall we? Which I assume we have at least a couple. Blake Taylor, Alex Claudio, Craig Kimbrell, Adley Rutschman, Miguel Andahar, Dylan Carlson, Austin Hayes, are all All-Stars this year. All of them deserve it. All of them deserve it because all of them have had great years. So, good for them. Good for them. Our Futures game representatives are Zach Pop. Surprised Emerson Hancock didn't get in there. A little unfortunate, but it is what it is. And then the home run derbies today, the home run challenge. I don't think we'll have anybody in there. But we'll see, I guess. We do not. Yelich, Kevin Cron, who's in Colorado now. Yordan Alvarez, Giancarlo Stanton, Gleyber Torres, Joey Gallo, Moncada, and Juan Soto. And the winner is Moncada. Yohan Moncada is your home run champion over Yordan Alvarez this year. And then in the All-Star game, the winner is the American League with Alex Verdugo taking the win there, the MVP. Our guys, let's see here. Carlson went 1 for 2 with with a walk and a strikeout. Austin Hayes went 1 for 2 with a run, and Adley Ruckman went 0 for 2. None of those hits were especially incredible. We had Blake Taylor pitch 2/3 of an inning, and Craig Kimbrell pitch 2/3 of an inning. So good for our guys, doing well here. Awesome. Lol, they'll give me Clevenger. Has he fallen off? Not super hard, but still not worth Mountcastle and Hancock. I'm probably going to look to buy at the deadline. Buy maybe a strong starting pitcher. Just a beast of a starting pitcher. All right, but let's go back to here. We're at home against Toronto for 3. Oh, Diaz is healthy, so that helps. It means we could probably send McKenna down if he's still playing bad. He is. Alberto has started to hit poorly. Yairo Munoz is hitting well, so we're going to put him in. Yairo Munoz is going to come in and play second base. Actually, would I rather him play second? Yeah, I'd rather him play second than short. Alberto can play every 4th game, and he'll be set as the backup for these positions as well. And then Diaz is going to come back into starting in right field because Nomar Mazara is bad. Where is he? There he is. I was like, where did he go? Hedges is having a good year as backup catcher as well. He's on pace for 1.3 WAR as a backup catcher, which is solid, considering everything. All right, cool. Excellent. So let's keep on rolling now. At home against Toronto for 3. Loss. Oh, come on. Come on, guys. At home against LA for 3. Win. Loss. Let's win the series. Come on, guys. Kyle Freeland is now out 3 months, so who needs starting pitching? I guess today is the day I make the trade. All right, who's selling? Who would be selling here? The Reds, the Marlins. The Reds have good pitching. So let's see if they want to give any of them up. Their ace is Tyler Mahle. What happened to the rest of their guys? What happened to like Castillo and Sonny Gray? It's a team option for next year. He's ideal. Or at least he's in an ideal situation. Luis Castillo's had a bad year. Yeah, that's an option. Let's check out Miami. Sixto Sanchez. I doubt they'd sell. Pablo Lopez is probably sellable. He's having an awesome year. How much would it take? They're not selling. That's so weird. Guy like Luis Vega's got to be high on your list. He is. He's not high enough. This guy Lima, he's 22 and he hasn't developed. Guess I'd rather trade TJ Reeves. I could get Pablo Lopez. That's an option. The Royals are rebuilding. Do they even have any good players? They have Justin Richardson. Lol. Joey Wentz is an option, but I doubt they'd trade him. He's playing really well, too. Okay, no, not getting him. Because I can get Pablo Lopez for less. Who else is technically rebuilding? The Yankees? What? Okay, how long is he hurt? 1 day? I could wait a day. I can't afford him. I can afford Severino, though. If I get Severino, that's gotta be the deal. Right? Why are they selling? Oh, I can get him even easier than I get Pablo Lopez. Get Ian Bedell in there. And I can maybe grab like Chapman as well. How expensive is he? 16 for just this year? Huh. Yeah, I'll have Mazzara. He's had a bad year. Honestly, like, yeah, I'll get rid of his contract. Wow, that is tempting, chat. Definitely gonna come back to that. You don't have anything that's even remotely as good. Washington's also rebuilding. But neither of those are as good as this. Chat, I don't know why I wouldn't do this deal. Especially if I can get them to retain some of Aroldis' contract. Actually, I'm more interested in Severino because he is he's on the books for next year too. It's not that big a deal. All right, I'm gonna do this just because this is such an unbelievable deal to me. So my top, well, let's see if I can take Vega out and put somebody else in. Who would be better here? No one. I could throw TJ Reeves in and probably get it down, yeah. Like this guy, Yolaris. Lima's probably better to get rid of. All right, so this is the deal. Christian Lima, Ian Bedell, Nomar Mazzara, and Giancarlos Yeris for Luis Severino and Aroldis Chapman. What the hell? Yes, please. Our fans seem to be happy that we got Severino, of course. So we gave up what? Did we give up any major leaguers? Mazzara. We gave up Mazzara. So McKenna's probably coming back up. But that's fine. Just to play backup outfielder. That's totally fine. And I'll need to send down a pitcher for Chapman. It's gonna be Bauman. And I'll just throw Cole Stewart back in the rotation. Where am I looking? Oh, I'm looking here. Okay. Severino and Chapman. Yeah, what the heck? I mean, sure, thanks, game, but... Huh. Alright, and I guess... Who falls out of the stopper role? All of these guys have been elite this year. I guess no one does. They all can stop. Look at that bullpen! Britton, Claudio, Kimbrel, Chapman with Tanner Scott, Jake Diekman, Tommy Conley. Holy crap. If we get anything out of our starting pitchers, this is a positive for us. And honestly, we could go get more. We still have pieces. But next year's really when we're going all in, so... I guess it could be this year, though. Even with Chris Davis. Let's get Chris Davis a ring, huh? Because Pablo Lopez, I think, is still acquirable. Right? Maybe not anymore. All right, Vega. Oh, I can't afford it anymore. Gotcha. If they throw in, how much do I need to throw in to make this work? 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 4, 6, 6, 5, 3. They would need to throw in to make this work. It's not an insult, so I could do this. I assume Hancock's a little bit higher rated for them. No. I just want to see what else it would take. You know? Like, who do they like? TJ Reeves. Looks like it's going to have to take both Reeves and Vega, which is a lot to give up. If I throw Ronaldo Hernandez in there instead of Reeves, looks like I can't get it down at all. Is Pablo Lopez really worth this? He's 26. He's still ARB eligible. Yeah, he is. Looks like it's going to have to be Reeves and Vega. That's a lot to give up. Reeves has kind of fallen off in terms of our head scout, though. Still looks like a good player, but we don't really have space for him. And Vega's not going to make it in this save. I'm going to do it. Screw it. All right, so we got Pablo Lopez as well. All right, well, I mean, that's about as good as it's going to get, I guess. Who's been the worst pitcher this year? Diekman? Oh, he's got a 5.83 FIP. Yeah, I'll send Diekman down if he's just not playing well. Cole Stewart can stay in the bullpen. And then we just bring up Pablo. Man, all right, now we're looking good, I think. Now we're looking real good. All right. And this is good for next year, too. All right. Well, we're all in now. So here we go, boys. At home against Houston for 3. Win. Loss. Harvey's moderate for 4 days. He'll be fine by his next start. And loss. Okay, at New York for 3. Loss. Loss. Come on, guys. What is going on? I trade for good players and you guys start playing bad? I think I affected morale. No, our team chemistry is ecstatic. I only traded for one bad influence, and it was Aroldis Chapman, and he's so good I don't think it should matter. He hasn't been good since he came over, though, so... Just hoping they all turn it around eventually. At Boston for 3. Win. Loss. Let's win the series. Come on. Okay, good. Conley got worse. Emerson Hancock's potential dropped. So not a lot of good news in that report. Pablo Lopez is yet to pitch. Why does he have an inning pitch? Did he pitch him relief once? Why? Do we just run out of pitchers? Huh. Interesting. And I think we're good everywhere else. I think we're good everywhere else. Let's just keep rocking and rolling. Hopefully it picks up. Hopefully it picks up. All right, at home against New York for 3 is win. Win. Let's sweep them. They're bad. Got a 3rd round compensation pick. That's nice. And a win. 1 week. Sore shoulder. He'll be fine. All right, at home against Washington for 2. Win. Let's sweep them. Okay, sweet. At Kansas City for 3 is a win. Win. Sweep them. Loss. Okay, we were on a winning streak of 8 at that point, so that was solid. At Toronto for 3. Loss. Come on, guys. Win. Let's win the series. Okay, no. At home against Oakland for 3. Win. 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 Okay, nice sweep. At home against New York for 4. Win. 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 Let's 4-game sweep them. Cisco suspended like an idiot. Stupid. And let's sweep them. We cannot. Okay, so we're sitting at 78 and 52. We're 7.5 games out of the division, but we're 12 games up on next wildcard spot. So 20 is our magic number. We're feeling pretty good. The Rays are just unbeatable, which is really unfortunate. We are currently one of the best teams in baseball. We're the 2nd best team in the American League right now, which is unfortunate because we'll probably have to play the Rays in the divisional round. Just unlucky. At the Rays for 2. Hunter Harvey's out 5 weeks, just kind of waiting for that to happen. The guy's just been hurt after hurt after hurt after hurt, so maybe I should just not play him until the playoffs and just hope that he stays healthy. I don't think Hancock's quite ready yet. Conine's been really good. So let's just bring him up to play in the bullpen. All right. At Tampa Bay for 2. This is a big series. Loss. Let's just not get swept. God damn it. Walls is out 3 weeks. Now is definitely not the time I wanted injuries to happen, but I guess I'd rather them now than in the playoffs. This guy Jeremy Pena is just dominating this division, so might as well give him a call up. Let's give him the start. Screw it. See how good he really is. He's good defensively, so might as well, right? All right. At Oakland for 4. Loss. Win. Loss. Loss. Okay, come on, guys. At St. Louis for 3. Win. Let's sweep them. Let's just sweep them. Okay, we didn't sweep them, but we did win the series. Rookie of the month goes to Ryan Mountcastle, who has been excellent since getting called up. So that's a really good sign. We can call 2 people up for free. I don't know who it's going to be. Ronaldo Hernandez. And I don't know, I guess Michael Baumann or Shane McClanahan. Sure. And it was also Ronaldo Hernandez, who's just never going to play. He's just going to be a pinch hitter for us if we need him. All right. At home against Tampa for 4. So last series against Tampa of the year. We need to prove that we can beat them just in case we have to play them in the playoffs. Loss. Win. Come on. Loss. Win. Okay, so we split it at home, which is something, I guess. At home against Boston for 3. Win. Loss. Come on. Win. At home against Chicago for 3. Loss. Personal message. Walls is going to take a little longer. Win. Let's win the series. Okay, nice. Simmons is healthy. So he's going to have to come up and play because there's no AAA anymore. So Ronaldo Hernandez is gone. Andrelton Simmons is up. He's going to have to wear off the rust here. How's that Simmons guy playing, by the way? Really well, actually. Good for him. Every third game. That way Simmons isn't playing like all the time, but he's still getting reps for the playoffs. Because we want him healthy for the playoffs. McKenna's now playing well. Okay. Back to the schedule. At Washington for 2. It's a win. Jake Diekman's retiring. It's fine. We've clinched a wild card spot, so we're in the playoffs. So that's good. And then win. Okay, nice sweep. At Seattle for 4. Loss. 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 I don't want to get 4 games swept. I know we're in the playoffs, guys, but come on. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's bad. At home against Toronto for 4. Let's get out of this little groove. Win. 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 Let's sweep them. Let's sweep them just to get back in that mindset. Loss. Okay, 3 of 4 still good. And then at New York to close the season with 3. Win. Taylor Walls is healthy. Harvey will be healthy in a day. So both of them will be ready for the playoffs. I'm just going to send down McClanahan. Because it doesn't really matter. I'd rather have Walls play than Yair Munoz. So Walls can go and play second base. With Yairo as the backup to pretty much all the infield. Yeah, this is fine. And then once we get Harvey back. All right. All right, so let's finish out the year, shall we? Let's sweep them to finish out the year. So we won the first game. Win the second. Harvey's healthy. Send down Pena because he's not going to be able to play for the playoff team because he's not on the 40-man. Harvey's got to pitch the game, yeah? Either Harvey or Taylor. Those are our 2 aces. Blake Taylor was our best pitcher this year, actually. But Harvey pitched like half the games and still had 3 WAR. I think Harvey's pitching the wild card game. All right, let's win it. Let's win 95 games this year. Okay, well, 94-68 in year 3 is pretty good, I'd say. Just unlucky that we were in a division with the 110 game win Rays. We play the White Sox in the wild card game, so regular season is over. Let's delete all this and let's get to the playoffs so that I can talk about who's in them. Excellent. Going to the playoffs. We've made it. I got to set the playoff roster. Let's talk about the teams who made it first. In the American League, the winner of the East was the 110-win Rays, and the Orioles made it with 94 wins as the wild card. The Twins win the Central at 93 wins, and the White Sox make the wild card at 84. And the Angels win the West at 88 wins. In the National League, the Mets win the East at 100 wins, and the Braves are the wild card at 99 wins. The Cardinals win the Central at 83 wins, the Dodgers win the West at 99 wins, and the Padres make the other wild card at 97 wins. So some pretty tough competition there. Let's set our playoff roster, shall we? Playoff roster, we're going to get rid of everyone because they never do a good job of that. Players eligible for playoff roster. Okay, so it's going to be Harvey, Lopez, Means, Severino, Taylor, Britton, Castro, Claudio, Tanner Scott, Aroldis Chapman, Craig Kimbrell, Hedges, Rutschman. I'm bringing Chris Davis. I have to. Mountcastle, Cisco, Alberto, Munoz, Walls, Andahar. Pena is eligible. Simmons, Carlson, Hayes, McKenna, Diaz. That is 25. And that is 11 pitchers and 12 batters, or 14 batters. So we need at least one more pitcher. Conley. All right. We're going with a 4-man rotation, led by Hunter Harvey, who is 100% rested, so he will pitch. It's going to be strict. He will pitch the wild card game. Blake Taylor will be our second pitcher. And then we have Pablo Lopez and Luis Severino that we acquired at the deadline. Who ended with the better year? Pablo Lopez did. Yeah. And then we still have John Means as a long relief guy. He wasn't terrible. Stoppers are going to be the same. It's going to be Britton, Claudio. These are the guys I want in high leverage games. Kimbrell. Actually, it's just going to be those three because Chapman didn't play that well since coming over. He wasn't like, oh my god. So Chapman's going to be a middle relief, use more often guy. And then we'll have Scott, Conley, and Castro be middle relief as well. But Conley's going to get used less often. All right. That's the staff. So let's check the lineups. I'm just going to paste. Shouldn't be any different. Pena's gone in favor of Yair Munoz. If starter tired and if starter tired now become applicable. Because we want the best guys out there. Simmons came back and hit well, so sure. Carlson ended the year with 8 WAR. That's so good. Led the league in OPS. What a beast. What a beast. Yeah, I mean, this is our best lineup. All right. Here we go then. Wild card game. So we're playing against Dallas Keuchel and the Chicago White Sox in Baltimore. Harvey is good to pitch, yeah? Whoa, tickle in my throat. Yeah, Harvey is good to pitch. All right. If you guys are new, since some of you might just be joining me for the Baltimore series here, how we do playoffs on this Twitch channel is just so we can, since we're trying to get through a bunch of teams, we just go ahead and simulate all the playoff games. I would love to play them, but it just takes too long. It just takes too long to play them if we're trying to get through all the teams. So we're going to just be worrying about handling what we can handle. I am going to check lineups just because I'm curious, because I like to do that. So our lineup for this playoff game is going to be Taylor Walls, Austin Hayes, Dylan Carlson, Ryan Mountcastle, Adley Ruckman, Miguel Andahar, Chance Cisco, Yusniel Diaz, and Andrelton Simmons with Hunter Harvey on the mound. And then we're going up against the White Sox, who have Sammy Ciani, Luis Robert, Eloy Jimenez, Yohan Moncada, Mika Rodolfo, Yasmani Grandal, Tim Anderson, Travis Shaw, Danny Mendick, and Dallas Keuchel on the mound. All right, but here we go. Hope you guys are hyped for the first playoff game of the Orioles series. Let's jump into it. Keuchel versus Harvey. The wild card game in Baltimore goes to the Orioles in 10. Oh, thank God. Oh, man, that 10th inning, that's terrifying. Dylan Carlson with the walk-off homer in the 10th inning, the playoff hero. Doubles for Cisco, Diaz, and Taylor Walls. Home runs for Simmons and Carlson. So Harvey went 4, but he pitched 66 innings. They took him out early because he's brittle. Conley pitched, which is a mistake. Kimbrel gave up 2. Claudio gave up 1. Zach Britton ended up pitching great in relief. So we were able to get to them. All right, but we are moving on to the division series. The Padres took on the Braves and beat them in the other wildcard game. So let's move on to the division series. We're taking on the Tampa Bay Rays, the 110-win Rays, which is terrifying, but it is what it is. Blake Snell's going to be on the mound. The other matchups are the Angels and the Twins, the Mets and the Padres, and then the Cardinals and the Dodgers. But game 1 in Tampa Bay is going to be Blake Taylor versus Blake Snell. Blake versus Blake. We're facing their ace with a very good pitcher of our own. Want to make sure that Blake Taylor is rested enough to pitch this game. Yep, he's 100% rested, so we're good. We're going with the same lineup: Walls, Hayes, Carlson, Mountcastle, Rutschman, Andahar, Cisco, Diaz, Simmons. Their lineup is Wander Franco, Willie Adams, Austin Meadows, Mike Moustakas, Nate Lowe, Austin Barnes, Dylan Cousins, Xavier Edwards, and Manuel Margot with Blake Snell on the mound. So game 1 of your ALDS, Blake Taylor versus Blake Snell in Tampa Bay, goes to the Orioles. 3-2. Baltimore takes game 1 in Tampa. That's pretty big. Homers for Miguel Andahar. Taylor goes 4 innings, gives up 1 earned run, throws 78 pitches. The bullpens had to pitch a lot is the only thing I'm concerned about. Dylan Carlson was injured while running the bases. How injured? Day-to-day with a mild groin strain. He's going to play. He's our best player. He's going to play. So, sorry, but yeah. Game 2 is going to be Pablo Lopez on the mound for the Orioles. The trade deadline acquisition versus Brendan McKay. Same lineups, I believe, for both sides. Yes, Carlson is a little bit banged up, but he's going to have to play through it because he's our best player. So, all right. Game 2, Lopez versus McKay in Tampa Bay goes to the Orioles. 10-6. We are up 2-0 in the division series here. Homers for Ruckman, Andahar, Mountcastle, Hayes. So 4 homers in the game. Lopez only goes 3, gives up 4 earned runs. But the bullpen, John Means comes in and pitches 3 really good innings. Claudio, Britton, and Chapman are able to close it out. Mountcastle's your player of the game. We were able to get to McKay just as well. So, wow. Okay, up 2-0 here. Going back to Baltimore. It's going to be Glasnow versus Severino here. Getting excited now. We're back in Baltimore. Carlson looks to be fine again. He's on fire. Their lineup is the same. Glasnow versus Severino. Game 3 in Baltimore goes to the Orioles. 5-4, and we sweep the 110-win Rays out of the playoffs. That's awesome. Home runs for Ruckman. Andahar hits 2. That's 4 this postseason for him. Severino goes 4 1/3. Our starting pitching hasn't been great, but our offense has been explosive, and our bullpen has really come through. Scott, Castro, and then Conley come in for the save. Awesome. So we are able to sweep them. Miguel Andahar is your series MVP. The Padres also sweep the Mets, and the Twins and the Angels and the Dodgers and Cardinals are going to a game 5 or a game 4 here, which is won by the Twins and the Dodgers. So It's going to be the Orioles and the Twins in your ALCS for 2022. Game 1 is in Minnesota. Hunter Harvey versus Jose Barrios. Whew, it's getting intense now. Getting intense now, indeed. It's going to be the same lineup for your Orioles. Nothing's going to change there. They've been successful, so... But your Twins lineup is going to be Royce Lewis, Josh Donaldson, Alex Kirilloff, Miguel Sano, Max Kepler, Jorge Polanco, Mitch Garver, Byron Buxton, Lamonte Wade Jr., and then Barrios on the mound. So, Hunter Harvey versus Jose Barrios, Game 1 in Minnesota goes to the Baltimore Orioles, 7-4. Oh yes, Carlson blasts the Twins. He hits another homer. God, our bats are just on fire this postseason. Harvey only goes a third, and he gets hurt, because that's pretty Hunter Harvey. John Means goes 2 2/3. Chapman pitches well. The bullpen has to work a lot because Harvey gets injured. Hopefully it's not serious. He's pending. Oh, that's... I mean, it is what it is. It's what you get with Hunter Harvey, who just can't stay healthy. But moving on to Game 2, we'll wait until we get a diagnosis there. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. But it's going to be Blake Taylor versus Lewis Thorpe. Let's make sure we have the same lineups here. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Blake Taylor versus Lewis Thorpe. Game 2 in Minnesota goes to Baltimore, 6-4. We go up 2-0 in Minnesota. That is monstrous. Andahar hits his 5th homer of the postseason. Tommy Conley was injured. There was a rain delay. He's out as well now, but that's actually probably a good thing. Although he's been pitching kind of okay in the postseason. Blake Taylor goes 3 and gives up no earned runs, but 2 runs in total. Conley, Scott, Castro, Kimbrel, and Claudio do help out with the win here. Dylan Carlson hit a triple. So now we're going back to Baltimore. Hunter Harvey's only moderate for 3 days, so we'll probably just work around that. We're going to set the... Conley's out for 5 weeks, so he's going on the playoff IL. Yeah, he'll go on the playoff IL. Which lets me put somebody else on, I hope. Because I'd like to get, like, Brett Conine in. Just to get... Or Cole Stewart. Yeah, I can get Cole Stewart in there. Just as a long relief guy. Avoid high leverage, emergency starting pitcher. We're going to actually set this to a 5-man rotation for now. With John Means in there. Just so that he doesn't pitch today. So that if he needs to be ready soon, he can be ready soon. Depending on what happens with Harvey. So, Quintana versus Pablo Lopez in Game 3. Same lineups across the board for both teams. Quintana versus Lopez in Game 3 in Baltimore goes to the Orioles, 2-1. We are up 3-0 in the ALCS right now. Home run for Mountcastle. Lopez goes 6 1/3, the best starting pitching performance we've had so far. He's player of the game. Britton Chapman and Scott close the game out. Excellent. Wasn't even the bats this time. We finally got a good pitching performance. In Game 4, Hardy versus Severino. Severino being your 4th pitcher is a pretty darn good rotation, I'd say. Same lineup. Same lineup for us. Blaine Hardy versus Luis Severino. Game 4 in Baltimore goes to the Twins. So we do not get the sweep. It's in the 12th inning, though. We do take it to 12. Cisco hits a homer. Severino goes 5, gives up 2 earned runs. Scott, Kimbrel, Claudio, Britton, Castro, and Cole Stewart are the pitchers in relief. Stewart gives up 3. Britton with the blown save somehow. I guess he walked in the run. Carlson ties an AL playoff game record with 3 doubles. Incredible. Carlson's just on fire. What a beast. Hunter Harvey should be good to pitch Game 5, I believe. right? Yes, he is. His health status is okay, so we'll go back to a 4-man rotation at number 1. Long relief for John Means. Emergency starting pitcher. Excellent. Okay. All right, Game 5 in Baltimore. Berrios and Harvey. The Aces are back on the mound. Berrios versus Harvey. Just checking to make sure the lineups are okay. They look okay. Berrios versus Harvey. Game 5 in Baltimore goes to the Twins, 5-4. Damn. Sano blasts us. Harvey goes 4 innings, gives up 2 earned runs. Cole Stewart pitches awfully. He cannot be on the... I'm just going to take him off the playoff roster because he clearly can't pitch in the playoffs. He has been atrocious. I just won't have anybody. I'll just miss. I'll just... Because he can't. He can't. He just can't pitch anymore. Okay, well, none selected. Don't pitch. We'll have him in the 5th man in the rotation, and he just won't. We just won't use him because he cannot pitch anymore. He has been too awful. Okay, we're going back to Minnesota, so this is bad. Kyle Freeland is healthy, but he's been on the IR for so long. He's pitching kind of meh. He's just gonna sit there, I guess. Place him on the 40. Yeah, I don't think I can pitch him in the postseason. He hasn't pitched in months. All right. Blake Taylor versus Lewis Thorpe on the mound for this game. Okay, Simmons has gone cold. He's 1 for 6 recently. He still provides excellent defense, though, so I feel like it's worth it. Blake Taylor versus Lewis Thorpe in Game 6 in Minnesota. It goes to Baltimore, 8-2, and we are heading to the World Series. Excellent. All right, I was getting worried there. Cisco, Mountcastle, and Carlson hit homers. Taylor goes 5 1/3. Kimbrel, Chapman, and Castro send us to the World Series here. Carlson ties an AL playoff game record for hits with 5. Carlson is unbelievable this playoffs. He's a series MVP. We're facing the Dodgers in the World Series, who beat on the Padres to make it here. Junis is healthy. He's definitely not going to be on the playoff roster after missing the whole year. All right. All right, but here we are in LA. Jesus Christ. Game 1. Let's check the pitching staff. Pablo Lopez is probably pitching Game 1. He is 100%. Hunter Harvey is at 63. We'll probably just go Lopez, Severino, Harvey, unless we get destroyed in Game 1, in which we'll have to rethink. But we'll see. Game 1, Pablo Lopez and Caleb Ferguson. We're in the World Series, boys. Oh, I guess our lineup isn't set. So let's cancel that. Because it looks like... not DH lineup. That's right. Who comes out? Cisco or Mountcastle? Cisco probably comes out. Gosh, I don't want to bring either of them out. I can platoon them. So it's going to be Ruckman. Against righties, it's going to be Cisco. With Taylor Walls, Andahar, Simmons, Carlson, who's just on fire. He's had a hell of a year. Austin Hayes, Yusniel Diaz. Austin Hedges is the backup catcher. Mountcastle's the backup first baseman. Munoz is the backup infielder. And McKenna is the backup outfielder. Okay, excellent. Copy depth chart and paste that for left-handers as well. But we'll put Mountcastle in for Cisco. And then ask him for all lineups. All right. All right, playoff time, boys. Or World Series time, boys. Pablo Lopez and Caleb Ferguson. Wallace, Hayes, Carlson, Andahar, Ruckman, Mountcastle, Diaz, Simmons, Lopez. Their lineup is, oh fuck, they got Anthony Rizzo, Max Muncy, Cody Bellinger, Gavin Lux, Will Smith, Corey Seager, Jose Osuna, Jock Peterson, and then Caleb Ferguson. What a lineup, Jesus. Okay. All right, Lopez versus Ferguson. Game 1 in LA goes to the Baltimore Orioles, 5-1. Ruckman hammered him. Two homers for Ruckman in Game 1 of the World Series. Lopez goes 5 strong. Jansen got hurt while pitching. I hope that lasts. Chapman, Kimbrel, Scott, and Castro come in to close out the game. Excellent. All right, moving in. Yeah, Severino and Buehler is fine. All right, just making sure the lineups are correct. Austin Hayes is... I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. This is the lineup. Okay, so Severino versus Buehler. Game 2 in LA goes to the Dodgers, 5-4 in a very close game. We almost came back. Homers 2 for Carlson. Severino goes 5 2/3, gives up 2 earned runs. Kimbrel kind of collapses. Scott and Claudio both are all right, but Kimbrel kind of collapses there. All right, well, moving back in, we got to adjust the pitchers here. Come on. Come on. Okay, thank you. Pitching staff, let's move that back to 1. Oh, shit. No, not that. That's not what I meant to click. Damn it. Oh, well. Cole Stewart. Humble Lopez. Blake Taylor. Luis Severino. Gotta switch these two. I wanted to switch the next starter, to number 1. All right. Harvey versus May. Just making sure that the lineups are correct. They are. May versus Harvey. Game 3 of the World Series in Baltimore goes to the Orioles, 9-6. Awesome. All right, homers for Andahar, Mountcastle, Austin Hayes, Dylan Carlson. Harvey goes 4. Doesn't get hurt. Austin Hayes is your player of the game. Means goes to Claudio, Chapman, Scott, and Britton are your save men. Okay. Let's move on to Game 4 here. It's just checking to make sure the lineups are correct. They are. It is Price versus Taylor here in Game 4 in Baltimore goes to the Orioles, 3-1 with a walk-off in the 9th. What was it? Austin Hayes. Hayes hit a tie-breaking solo homer. Nice job, Austin, with the walk-off homer. Heck yeah. Taylor goes 4 1/3. Chapman, Scott, Britton, Kimbrel, Claudio, and Castro all pitch in relief here. But Hayes hits a homer off of Giles to walk us off. Okay. Whew. I'm breathing hard now. Here we go. Ferguson and Lopez, just making sure everything's good. Ferguson versus Lopez in Game 5 in Baltimore goes to the Dodgers, 11-0. We were just completely walloped. Yairo Munoz ended up pitching. Lopez got destroyed. Ferguson pitched to Gem. That's an L for us. Okay, that's really bad. All right. Going back to LA, do I want to change pitchers? No, he's not ready. He's not ready. Okay. Severino and Buehler. Severino versus Buehler. Whew, okay. Severino versus Bueller. Game 6 in LA goes to the Baltimore Orioles. And your Baltimore Orioles are your 2022 World Series champions. All right. Heck yeah, guys. Severino goes 6 solids. He's player of the game. Kimbrel gets hurt, but Claudio and Means close it out. Whew. Holy crap. Oh, I am so, I'm out of breath, guys. We did it. We did it. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. John Means closes out the World Series. Oh my God, we've done it. The Baltimore Orioles are your World Series champions. I don't care that Kimbrel's hurt. Your World Series MVP is Austin Hayes. Dylan Carlson's got to at least be in consideration as well, but it couldn't have been sweeter beating my least favorite team in baseball, the Los Angeles Dodgers. As a Diamondbacks fan, I hate them so much. Whew. Wow. Awesome. So we do go ahead and take the World Series. Wow. I know we've only streamed for 2.5 hours, but I think I'm gonna call that for today, guys. That has been a wild day, and I think this is a very good place to end off for today. So yes, awesome. We won the World Series. That's so good. Okay, so if you guys enjoyed, here's Plug City. If you guys are curious, if you guys enjoyed, hit that follow button. I've been streaming every day, so if you guys are curious about what I do next year, how I try to repeat with the Orioles here. Remember, I go 5 years with every team, so how I try to repeat with the Orioles here. If you guys are curious with that, hit that follow button. You'll get that notification when I go live. It's usually around 12 or 1, usually around 1 o'clock every day that I go live. If you are curious about how we got to any points that we have gotten to at any time, whether it be the Orioles or maybe even the series that I've done before this, the Diamondbacks and the Braves, all of the VODs for those series are uploaded to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/SuperKmanrocks. So if you're looking for some more out-of-the-park baseball content, that is available over on YouTube there. And I think that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed us winning our first World Series. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. And I will see you all tomorrow. Adios, mi amigos.